Hello everyone, this is Zion and welcome to part 2 of Let's Play City Skylines. As you remember, we have just gotten our city off the ground and we've reached our first milestone, which opened up a few options for us. If we go back, we can look at, it opened up taxes and loans, so we're going to go ahead and just take a look at those real quick. We do not need to take out a loan as we are making some money, and we do not want to owe more money than we're going to be spending, but we can look at taxes. We are at 9% on everything, and with the extra money we're making, we should be okay. I do want to raise taxes for commercial and industrial just a little bit, as industrial is going to be costing us a lot of pollution. Let's go ahead and raise them to 12, and we're going to leave our residential as it is for the moment. And this right here shows our income, so we're making a little bit, mostly from residential. So we're not going to get a whole lot more by raising those taxes, but we'll get something. And our expenses, as you can see right here, our water $614. That is our biggest expense right now, mostly from the pipes. As you know, they're quite costly, but the layout should be okay. Power is actually doing okay since we do have the cheapest power. Well, let's go ahead and look at power, see if there's something we might want to upgrade. Our upkeep is $80 a week, if we want to call them dollars. For two of those is $160. Now, I don't have money to build a coal power plant, but that would be about $400 more a week, but it would give us power output of the equivalent of 5 wind turbines. Now 5 wind turbines would only be an upkeep of $40 a week, and each wind turbine is between 0 and 8. These ones over here, if we look, we are getting 14 megawatts. So wind turbines seem to be the cleanest option. If we look at the cleanliness, it has a noise pollution of 75, but 0 actual pollution. Compared to the coal power plant, it has a little bit less noise pollution, but it does have a lot more regular pollution, and we want to avoid that. Since we have the wind, we can continue with the wind turbines, but we do have enough right now. If we look at our panels here, happiness for our people is kind of low for the residential. And fortunately, with our milestones, if we've noticed, we can open up some garbage for landfill stuff. We can do elementary school for education and the medical clinic for the healthcare there. And those are obviously something we want to add in. So let's go ahead and just take a look at those real quick. We're going to go ahead and push this in our fastest speed so we can continue growing this money as our city grows a little bit. And it should maintain itself just a little bit. We do need some water over here. So let's go ahead and fill that in real quick. And we're just going to go straight across just like so. Try to keep this as square as possible, but while covering everything. And that will connect over there to the industrial. So let's go over to our garbage and look at the cost for those. We do have a landfill site. There's $160 a week upkeep. We are up to 1,000, so it seems that boosting our taxes has helped. We also need some power over here, so I'm not sure what's happened here. It looks like our power lines have gone down. Let's go ahead and connect those back up. And we're having some issues getting across this road. Let's just go straight over here, and then we'll cut across over here. Alright, we were across somewhere over there. There we go. Now we can connect up perfectly, and hopefully all this power things will start going away. We do have people complaining about the garbage, and hopefully this power thing will go away here pretty soon. It is showing it's pumping over there, unless we are just consuming more. Oh, we are only producing 8. We're only producing 8, so it might be a good idea to go ahead and get our coal power plant, but we do need $19,000 for that. So we'll continue with another wind turbine. Let's just go ahead and place that down, and that should cover all our new costs. Maybe we can even do 2, since it is only $80 a week on upkeep. We'll do 2. That should cover us for a while, and they are whining about the landfill. I don't have the money for landfill right now. We will very shortly, because that is 4,000, and there it is. And that should make our people a little bit happy. So let's just keep this happiness tab open. There is health, and we're not going to look at that yet since we haven't started. But residential people do want a landfill site, so let's get them one. Now, putting that out by the industrial areas, it doesn't seem like the best idea. We kind of want it off this side, so we're going to build a road out to there. And go ahead and do our landfill site. As you can see, we are still asking for a lot of residential areas. So let's go ahead and we're going to build a curved road that goes straight from here And we're going to do that straight and then curve over just like that. And let's just go all the way to the edge over here. And that's going to be our landfill site. Let's see if we can get that on the road. And a little birdie popping up some info. Alright, let's go ahead and plop that down there. And I don't know if the landfill site needs electricity or not. As you can see, they do have trucks already flowing out of the landfill site. So let's go ahead and look at these trucks. And let's slow it down just a little bit so we can check out these. Those are some nice trucks. So they have a lot to catch up on as people have been gathering up a lot of different trash. Remember to have a look at the newly unlocked service. And that's the healthcare right there. We do have quite a bit of money, and that would boost our happiness, but we really don't have a whole lot of residential areas as it stands right now. We do need 6,500 population in order to unlock the high density residential zone. And our next milestone, I believe, is at 800, so we're really close to getting there already. We're going to hold off on the school and the healthcare as we grow our money a little bit. And we can also get a second loan. We can do things with districts, which is things we can definitely look at. And those will be coming up very shortly. We can also get police and fire stations. So you get to open up the things you need really quickly. So not having those unlocked isn't really too much of a pain. Now, if we go to roads, we should be able to upgrade roads. Let's go ahead and let's look at our roadmap as it is right now. We do have kind of high traffic right here, as that's where everybody's going to get to work. And we probably should do a second road right here. But for now, we're just going to upgrade our road. And that's one thing I haven't done yet. As you know, I haven't played a whole lot with this game just yet. So I know there's a way to upgrade the roads. Let's figure this out real quick. And let's just go to a bigger road, build more residential zones. Yes, we need that. They're in great demand. And our commercials actually end up starting to be in demand as well. Let's see if we can just upgrade straight across here real quick. Space is already occupied. That's unfortunate. Can we upgrade within a zone? No, we can't. So there's got to be a way to click on this. Let's go ahead and figure this out. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to... Oh, here we go. Upgrade road. That was pretty quick. Upgrade cost 200. And I want to see how this road is going to be upgraded. We're currently at a 2-lane road. And it supports low traffic at a speed of 40. I assume that's 40 miles per hour. Cannot upgrade this to this type. So we can't upgrade to the type of road we already have. Obviously, we can upgrade to a medium road. And that supports 50 miles per hour. I'm going to call them miles per hour. The game was in kilometers. Maybe it's 50 kilometers per hour. So let's go ahead and upgrade that. And we do have our 2-lane road now. And that should help us out quite a bit at getting people to work. And we're still doing okay on money. Now if we go ahead and let's go ahead and I'm not sure what this is. That's out of the city limits, so we can't upgrade that. If we can look at the highways, as you can see, this has a speed of 60. I do not believe we can build highways just yet. But it has a speed of 100, so they are definitely, everything's in kilometers an hour, and that's kind of a rough calculation. You can do 1.6, or the 100 divided by 1.6, and you get about 60. But I like to just take it by half. That's a rough estimate, so it's going to give you about 50 miles per hour, or 100 kilometers per hour, however you want to look at it. Now let's go ahead and look at our traffic again. Our money's still doing good. And this traffic seems to be doing okay. This road right here is looking a little roughed out. And I would like to see how that's going to upgrade with people right next to it. So let's just check that out real quick. We're going to go to our roads and go back to our 2-lane roads. And see if we can upgrade this road. And it does show that it's going to cut down the power line. So we're going to need to replace that pretty quickly. And it looks like it might even just cut right into the building. Which is kind of nice. If you remember in... the last SimCity game, SimCity 4 is what I played. You couldn't really do that if there was something in the way. You actually had to demolish stuff in order to increase your sizes. So, but I was able to upgrade that quite easily with no real problems, with the exception of the things that it does tear down. But we were able to see that in the panel by showing that it was orange when we built the road. So at least we know what we're destroying when it happens. And we did this power line, and that's going through nicely, so that's good. Production is 28 on our electricity, so that's doing well. Our water, we're consuming 20,000 square meter, or 20,000 cubic meters a week. We can make up to 120. Same thing with our sewer. So our water is in no dire need at the moment. So let's go ahead and let's get this going faster. No wonder we're growing so slow. And we're going to go ahead and look at healthcare now and put this back on. Happiness was 34%. Let's go to healthcare once more. We do have 13 sick citizens. I'm not seeing where they're at. Everything's looking green at the moment, which usually means good. But we can put this somewhere in the middle. We do not have enough money. It is $10,000 to build this. So we're just going to wait a second for that to pop in. And let's go ahead and look at our education while we do this. I have 118 kids who are willing and ready to go to school. Again, we do not have the money. That's $10,000 to build. And I will eventually look up the symbol for that. See if that's an actual monetary value or if that's just a symbol they use for the game. And we can use that appropriately. But until then, like I've mentioned before, we're going to keep calling it dollars. Now, as we build this, it does show green lines, which would show pretty much what it would cover. And it's not really covering our entire residential area, so we might have to build 2 different schools to do that. But we did reach our second milestone, which is great. We can now get our an extra mile per mile area, and that is definitely something we want to get. Let's go ahead and look at that. And I'm not even sure where to begin at that. There's also unique buildings. They're gained by achieving stuff. Remember to have a unique a look at the newly unlocked buildings, the medical clinic. We are aware of that. But as you can see, there's a lot of unique buildings. We obviously don't have any of them just yet, but we will get around to it. And there's also different options. Hell, level 1, level 2. And what is this option? Landmarks. So there's a lot of unique buildings you can add to the game. It is nighttime, makes it a little bit more difficult to see while you're building. Sometimes it's just better to let the game go. We are growing money quickly now, so let's go ahead and get our healthcare. And yes, medical clinic. As you can see, again, the green lines covers quite a bit. And we can just place this right down the middle if we want, and with leaving space on both sides. We're going to put it over here just for further expansions, as we are going to do more residential over here. And I think we're just going to go ahead and do that right now. Since we have so many people wanting to move in, let's go ahead and fill this all in. We'll leave that space there open and this space here open, and we'll fill in all of this area. So let's go ahead and fill in all that. And let's go ahead and D-zone a little bit here just so we have something to work with later on. So let's go ahead and D-zone that, and these little dots here we do not want to fill in. I don't even know what somebody would build there. And we'll do this one. So we'll have a couple here, and let's go ahead and fill in a few more over here. But we're still leaving space to grow with. So we're really just kind of spreading out as you would in any normal city. As we're making the money, we don't have a whole lot of concerns. This new area is going to need some power. And fortunately, we have power lines right here. So let's go ahead and connect that right there. And we're just going to do a whole separate power line to connect to this area. And of course, we're going to need some water as well. So let's go ahead and do all the water. And we're just going to bring this pipe down and go across. That'll cover that. And we'll just connect these in case something happens. We'll have other connections. All right. And that all seems to be filled in with water. So we're doing good with water now. And as you can see, our residential is already starting to go down. Let's go ahead and look at the commercial. Now the commercial area is doing okay. We still want to leave this space open around here. We did fill in a lot there. But let's go ahead and fill in some of these side areas. As we do not have any problems upgrading roads, we should be able to do that without a problem. Has our industrial filled in that space? They have. That's excellent. So the game runs really naturally as far as expanding without having to deal with a whole lot of things getting destroyed and rebuilding every time you want to expand a little bit. And again, we're going to leave this space open here. Let's go ahead and fill in some of these areas. And we can have kind of a nice little commercial corner going on over here. So we're going to go ahead and fill this in like such. And fill in the rest of this square. So that's going to give us more commercial. It's kind of noisy, but not too much. If we look, it doesn't actually show us. You can set a city or district-wide policies from policy panel. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our policies. There's services, power usage, conservation. The new energy meter encourages citizens to conserve electricity. Benefits are almost instant. So all we did was just put some energy meters, cut those shower times in half, and guide citizens to more sustainable water usage by installing water meters in buildings. Upkeep is 5 cents per building. And we are still making money, so let's go ahead and enact that as well. And hopefully the cost is worth the saving. Smoke detector distribution makes citizens live safer. We don't have a fire station yet, so we're not going to push smoke detector. As you can see, we're making a little bit less money from these policies. They are costing us money. And we can't open taxation or city planning just yet. So those are the city policies. If we have a district, and let's see if there's somewhere where we can start enacting districts. Districts right there. And let's go ahead and paint our district. How big can we get? Let's get the biggest one. And we're just going to paint this whole district over here as one district, and then we'll paint the other district as something else. And we've gone a little too far, but that is okay. We can paint that over later. So let's, oh, here we go, erase district. That's perfect. And our little birdie, of course, is in the way. So let's go ahead and do that. And that district's done, and it's already named itself Brook Park. It is said that there is power and light going on there. Now, what do we have here? We have forest industry, specialized in forestry to take advantage of renewable woodland, slightly increased electricity consumption, and slightly increased tax income. So that would be good. Required natural resource is forest. We can build a foresting industry somewhere. We can also do a farming industry. Sun-soaked plains and fertile lands are ideal for agriculture and generic industry. So what was this one? This was farming industry. So we can paint something as farming. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but let's go ahead and we'll test that a little bit. We are losing money. So I think we need to go back to our policies. Where's our policies? And we're going to have to take out these policies. They're costing us too much money, as we were making money before and now we're not. And we do have a fire going on out over here. So let's go check out the fire. I haven't found a quick way to get back to this city view without the residential things in the way. And there's a fire here. We do not have a fire station, so hopefully that doesn't cause too many problems. I think we should probably build a fire department. It costs $12,000 with the upkeep of $560 a week. That is actually more than we're making, unfortunately. So hopefully this isn't going to be too much of a problem, and we're going to start making more money a little bit later on. We might have to raise taxes slightly. The fire department would be better off by the industrial area. So let's go ahead and put it out here a bit, and hopefully that'll cover this fire over here. And I don't know if they need lighting or electricity, so we'll find out. Fire safety is at 39%. And let's get back to our city view. Now, what is this fire station? Is this burnt building might just be burning down completely. Our fire truck is not coming. So let's go ahead and look at that fire station and see what we're missing. As I've mentioned before, every game is a little bit different, and there's little things you might not realize you need at first. It looks like it's working properly. Let's click on that. Operating normally. And fire engines in use is 1 out of 6. So it is currently putting out a fire. Where is that fire truck? Is this the fire truck right here? I'm not sure. So it is saying crime rate is high. As you can see different things about the building, and I want to know where this fire truck's at, because nothing is happening. The cars have stopped. Apparently they're just parked at the commercial district. And fire engines. Let's look at our fire map real quick, and I'm not sure which one that is, as I haven't looked around here a whole bunch. You are kind of learning with me. And oh, is that the fire truck finally? Oh, there we go. I got rid of that quite quickly. Oh, and the fire truck has finally arrived. They did take their sweet time, even though they're right down the road. But we are going to try to get this fire extinguished. Fortunately, it didn't spread to this big bite building right next door, which also has some amazing handicap parking, if you've noticed, in very weird places. Usually it's right in front of the building, so they need to focus on that. Perhaps it's because we don't have a policy in place. And oh my gosh, we're making $2,500 every week now. So money is really starting to rack up. As you can see, this is a nice little quaint town. If you lived in this area, I mean, it would be nice. It's kind of spread out. Everybody's got their space. And then, of course, you go down this road here. Oh, and this, you know, when you build these things, you don't realize what you got going on until you really zoom in and look at it. I did not notice this was a hill. And then you kind of go up this hill and to this other residential area, which is pretty cool. And of course, this one curves around a little bit, all the way back in on itself. And that doesn't go anywhere. I mean, we can connect that later. So it's kind of an up and down little ride you got going on here in these houses. I don't know what kind of view they have of the city. It's looking pretty good. You actually have some nice mountains. Let's zoom all the way in. So you can see the mountains in the background. And as we start getting skyscrapers and stuff, I think that's going to be a very gorgeous view, especially for those who are living up on the top of the hill. So you really appreciate the detail they've put into making this game. Our little lowlands here, they don't have a whole lot of up and down hills. They do have some movement though. And trying to rotate around is kind of difficult. It's very speedy. And I'm sure there's a way I can fix that. I just haven't figured that out just yet. But it's a nice quaint town. I think we've finally gotten our fire put out, so let's check that out. Yep, that is put out. So that is excellent. We're still making our money, so let's go ahead and get our people some education. At least in this little area. So let's go ahead and click on education and find somewhere nice. We kind of want it in the middle to cover everybody, so let's go ahead and do that, and everybody's a lot happier. Oh, we've even got these guys over here, which is odd since these people actually have further to drive than these people. And I'm not sure if we can actually get school buses for them or if that's something that would come up later. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. Let's get back to our street view. And we do have some water issues over here, so let's check that out. We'll connect this. And we are up to over 1,000 residents, so that's pretty cool. And it looks like we have a lot of crime going on. I believe that's the crime thing. We can compare that right here. Crime. And crime rate is low, negative, is at 29%. But we are showing some red buildings, so there are people out here that are stealing stuff. So let's go ahead and get our crime building. There wasn't a whole lot of crime. We were too small. And is this our police officer building? We do have the funds yet. It is $12,000 to build. And our weekly growth is pretty good. But we always want to make sure that weekly growth is a little, quite a bit more than we're going to be spending. But once we get that 12,000, we're going to go ahead and purchase that. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. And there's a lot of pop-ups in the game, and at least at first. And bam, there's our X. That makes things so much easier. So we've learned how to get rid of that and look at city view so much quicker and easier. That's really beautiful farmland. I mean, I would definitely love to build some farms. So we're going to be definitely looking at building farms in our industrial areas a little bit later. And maybe just fill in this whole area back by the lake. Or maybe even buy this area out here and make tons and tons of farmland. I think that's going to work out really nice. We do have a new unlocked service here apparently in this section, but it's not showing me anything. So you can actually put buildings down. 10,000 squares of industrial zone built. We've only done 461. And I'm not sure if the agriculture will go towards that. We are going to build our police station. We have our funds very shortly. I forgot to speed this up. So watch people move in. Our population is getting kind of stagnant. Let's go ahead and look at education now that we have our people going to school. We do have 145 eligible that aren't going to school and 300 that are. Well, we do still have a lot of red going on, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Let's look at our school. And it says on or off, so I guess you can turn it on or off. Building is turned off, so, oh, there we go. And everybody was really sad for a second there. But we got that fixed pretty quickly. Elementary students in the city, 138 out of 300. These are just elementary schools. Open the budget panel and relocate the building. And we're not going to move that at all. We'll be okay. Let's look at our education panel. And was there a place for bus stops? No, there's not. But there's high schools and there's universities. And the high school comes available. Looks like at our next milestone at 1,300. So we can start training more people. And everybody's clamoring for some police officers. So we have got to get that in there before they freak out and have a mild seizure about it. Let's go ahead. Is our crime down here pretty bad? Oh, it's not too bad up here. So this might be kind of a different, more safe area. Let's go ahead and place that down. And our crime area is not bad over here. We do have something flashing though. So we'll check that out. Let's go get our police station down. And let's look at what these guys are saying. Oh my gosh, there's even more crime over here. So I don't think our police station is going to cover everything. And what we just spent on that is quite a lot. And that was $480 a week. We're only making $300 a week at the moment. So we are not going to want to spend anything else. Otherwise, we're just not going to be growing at all. But we are seeing some mild growth. And what we really want to do is build some more residential. There was also the ability to build land. So we're going to have to look at that. Where was that option at? And I believe that was right here. Yes. So you can purchase land, $3,000, $5,300. So different ones do cost more. Suitable area for building, 99%. This one's only 86. This one's 49, and it's the cheapest. So it seems to be going by the suitable area to build in. Actually, this one's only 20, but it's costing $4,700, and I'm not sure why. Perhaps from farming resources? No, but they're actually higher here. But I think this is the one we're going to want to build. And do we have the money? We do. There is no water, but we want to build that farmland. So there we go. We have just expanded our city, which is pretty cool. And we're going to have a lot more space to build it. And it came with this free highway. So let's go ahead and see if we can just look at that highway now, as we could before. So let's go ahead and we're going to click on this. And it looks like that would upgrade that. I don't know to what. Cannot upgrade to this type. So what did I just do? I think I ruined something. And I'm not even sure what kind of road this is. So let's go ahead and look at that. That was... oh, I've broken it. Alright, so I don't know what kind... it looks like it was a one-way road. And we're going to need to put that back into place. No, that was a small one-way road. So we've pretty much just ruined our roads, guys. Oh, there it is. Is that it? No, because that would be bigger. And there's no undo button. And there seems to be no button to just copy this either. So I'm not sure what road this is. It looks like a 3-lane one-way road. Unless it was just a highway. Which we can't build yet. So we have kind of ruined our highway, unfortunately. And we'll figure out how to fix that later. Either that or we'll just upgrade the whole thing. Obviously, we can continue the road we already have. And there's a lot of traffic over here. Hopefully this is going to be good for agricultural areas. As you know, as you drive down the freeway, you just don't see a whole lot until you really get into the city. But all the cars are going to some city down there. They're not coming to us. As you can see, the inbound traffic is pretty light. But we're going to go ahead and fix that in the future. We're back up to making $1,300 every week. And let's see what people are clamoring for. Nothing. Nobody's clamoring. Nobody's freaking out. It's good. That's good. So once we get our agriculture up, that's going to increase our industrial, hopefully. And we'll figure out how to do that. So we'll work on our agricultural area, their next episode. And really start opening up this back area to some kind of really wide outland. We still have quite a lot of space in here. We've got some buildings that we can obviously move around, like our school. And I believe we have our health clinic in there, do we not? Yeah, we got our clinic and we have our school. We have our fire department over here. We have our police department here. And happiness is going up. We're at 59% industrial happiness. Industrial guys are really happy. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't think we ever got that police station built over here. Let's go ahead and look at our crime map. And crime's still bad. It is looking best over here where we built our police station. But at least we have an increase. We're up to, oh, that's fire safety. Where's our crime? There it is. Crime rate 10%, so it's going down. And that little station has actually fixed quite a lot, so that's really good. So we think we're going to really be going pretty quick. We're showing, we've named our city Verville, apparently. I don't remember putting that in. I think it was just natural. Let's look at our city information. We have 98 kids, 328 teens. We have a lot of teens, and we have a lot of adults as well. A total population of 1,200. So we're still just an itty-bitty little town, but we'll get going. Our average zone buildings are all level 1 right now, and there's this other area here for office zones. We haven't even opened that up yet, so let's go ahead and we'll just see what we need for that. Our office zone, I believe, is this one. Well, it's high density commercial, and we have office zones. You need at least a population of 6,500. So once you get to about 10,000 people, you can really just build everything and start expanding like crazy. Looking last at our next milestones. And of course, we're still making money while we're just looking at all these. Our next milestone is going to be a tiny town. Also, we'll finally reach, and that's going to be really soon. We only need 30 more people, so we can throw out another residential building or two. We should be there. And we could put pets and plazas. We do not want to get rid of the pets. Or smoking. Come on, we got to get some freedom around here. But the point is, we can do some policies. There's also some gravel path to allow pedestrians to walk fast and easy where cars cannot go. And a pavement path for the same purpose. So these are pedestrian type things. I think that is really cool. That's something you would have not ever seen in any SimCity game before. So we're definitely getting somewhere. Let's look at our unique buildings. And to reach these milestones, you need to just hit different things. So we have a long ways to go. We have a lot more land to build on. And we'll continue getting more as we go along. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode, as I mentioned, we'll do agriculture and get that really going. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And as always, have a beautifully fabulous day. See you later.